Two,
Boom.
one. Video is starting. Now, the only question, it says we're live. Hey, what's going on, Freedom Crusaders? Hope you're having a great day.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Hey, guys, this is Paul, and I have one amazing person here. How's it going? Robin Williams. Want to say hi?
What's up, everybody?
Hey guys. Yeah, we Mike and I thought it would be a good idea to pull some of our Freedom Fest speakers in just a quick chat to pick their brain a little bit, allow you to get to know them a little bit, and just do what we can to add some value to the group and also give you a little bit of a sneak peek as to what's to come for Freedom Fest. So just super fast, shout out to Freedom Fest, hbafreedomfest.com. If you don't know about it, it's our annual event. Please definitely get to that page, at least look at the information and decide if this is going to be an event that you'll want to attend. We have live stream tickets available and also in person. They're actually the same ticket. So if you buy a ticket, that gets you in the door in person. It also gets you in the door virtually if you want to tune in from wherever you're at in the world. And also, we are coming down to a couple of deadlines on that. October 20th, which is this next Monday, the room block is going to be gone. So we have discounted rooms available if you're going to come in person. So that goes away on Monday, the 21st. And also we have a price increase on the ticket that's going to be happening this next Monday. So if you're on the fence, considering it, definitely do what you can to get the information this week so you can make a good decision. So with that, what's up, Robin? Let's get to the fun part. How you
What's
doing?
going on? I'm wonderful. I'm great.
So I think Robin deserves a little bit of an introduction. If you don't know Robin, so she is speaking at Freedom Fest. She's going to be live on the stage with a mic in all of her marketing glory and good glory. Robin, I've known Robin for quite a few years, and I just wanted to say just a couple of things about, why we invited Robin to speak. Number one, Robin has been with the Home Business Academy and our community for a long time. She went to our first event in Branson, Missouri, and so she's super loyal. She produces results. She's getting great results on YouTube. She's been generating lots of leads and closing sales. And so she's producing. She writes great emails. I'm on her email list, and I've seen her come just a long way to where when I read her email, in fact, she sent out an email this week, and I was like, "You are so freaking good at writing emails." And it's just so fun to watch her progress and take action as a marketer. She's principle centered. She comes to all of our events, our live masterminds throughout the week. She's an admin in the group, so she goes the extra mile. She shows initiative and leadership. She loves the vision. She loves the community, and she's always just going out of her way to help people. And with the Freedom Fest speakers, what we wanted to do and what we have wanted to do and what we still want to do is we want to give people who are producing results and showing heart by giving back to the community a chance to come out and lift and teach and share their value. So for all of those reasons and probably a lot more, we are super honored that you're going to be speaking at Freedom Fest. So thank you so much for accepting the invitation.
Thank you for asking me because, it's not every day you get to spend the amazing time with amazing people. I think Branson was the only live event I've been to. I've been to the online event for the other Freedom Fest, but I definitely cannot wait to hang out with everybody there and hopefully just not only get value, but get value while I'm out there as far as my speaking and even just mingling. I know we give a lot of value just talking in little groups and stuff out there. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be a blast. You're muted.
Thank you.
It's all good.
So, so I'm going to check the group and see who's tuned in. So we got Rita Joy. What's up, Rita Joy? She says, "Give me some love." Robin Williams, good to see you. Monty
Uh-oh.
Sandlin's here. Janine Hanners is here. If you guys are here live, hit the comments below. Veronique, hey Veronique. The more people comment below, the more people in the community see this video. So please definitely comment. Also, if you guys have any questions, post those below for me or for Robin, and we'll do what we can to answer our questions while we're hanging out here. So first, Robin, if you wouldn't mind,
Um,
just tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Like, what's your background? How'd you get into affiliate marketing? You know the deal.
yeah, I know the deal, but I feel like, and this is for somebody who probably feel like they're in the same boat as me, but I feel like my background is a little bit boring. I have very specific stories that get kind of interesting, but I was born in Philadelphia, grew up there till I was off to the military, but
We gotta
I
sing the
literally
song. In West Philadelphia, born and
born and
raised on the
raised
playground is where I
playground.
spent
I
most of
spent
my
most of
day.
my days. All right, that's all I know. That's all I know.
Was it West Philly or some not
I
West?
was from North Philly.
North. Okay.
I don't even want to, basically I was from North Philly. Some of these actors and stuff are getting into so much trouble you don't want to bring them up in your marketing. Sorry about that. But North Philly, um, Philadelphia Project. So if people don't know what that is, it's pretty much lower living, I guess, for folks that can't afford different housing and stuff like that. But my background growing up was I loved it, even though we didn't have a lot of, things like big houses or a lot of toys and all this other stuff. Definitely grew up on love and love my upbringing there. And I grew up as the only child for the most part, even though I have about 6 or 7 siblings. So most of my siblings are older than me, much older than me. And so I'm the youngest. And I grew up there probably just being a regular kid, just ripping and running. I never really had any strong desires to do anything other than just have fun when I was growing up. And basketball probably was the sport, my thing that I love to do. And then I went off to the military because I knew that I was not going to go to college. Like I wasn't going to do the stuff to get into college. So I would have went there, but all of the applications and getting approved and my grades by that time, by 12th grade, I was hanging on by a string. So I during certain parts of the times I had good grades, but I went into the military kind of like as a shortcut to just get out there to the world. So I did 20 years as admin and I loved it. I loved the military for the most part. I loved the people that I, found on the path and everything like that. And probably when I first got into the military shortly after, this is kind of like a blur to me because I feel like my mindset, and I kind of pick my subject, so I have to give you the updated subject, but I feel like my mindset was just at a point where I was unaware of just life in general, how life worked. And the creepy thing about all of that is that I feel like that's how most of the world is right now, like regardless of their age. So, but at that time, I didn't know, I was just living my life, doing things. And somehow I couldn't tell you the first time I saw an ad or what got me is that I saw something that got me into knowing that you can make money online or doing stuff from home. And I was just sucked in and not in a good way. Like I was sucked in from there. And I have like crazy stories from, just buying stuff off the internet and not making it and literally I think you heard me tell the story of getting stuck on the mountain, getting stuck on a mountain and getting chased by dogs and stuff like just like this crazy journey. And I feel like I persisted, but I persisted not knowing that everything I was doing was just not going to get me to where I needed to go. And I also felt like the same time it was like a force, God, universe, however you want to call it, pulling in that desires, trying to give me the answers like, hey, you want this? This is what you have to do. Because I started finding books that I should have read years ago after I found this information. But basically, I was on this path and I feel like I was just on it. I was persistent, but just unaware that I needed to change some things. And a lot of people knew about this stuff before they watched The Secret, but The Secret is kind of what opened my eyes. So, like, that's a book that, some people don't really like it because they're like, oh, you could just think and grow rich. And, that's what they teach. But I feel like it just opened my eyes. And because it opened my eyes, now I could follow this pathway. But I kept going in this unconscious way. And eventually I kind of found, The Secret and the law of attraction. And that kind of just helped me keep going and put things out there. And so eventually I started to understand strategies and things like that because I was failing so much and you start looking at other people like, what's going on? So I started finding that you needed to do a page, you needed a strategy and all that good stuff. But obviously, that's not the answer, right? It's not the full answer. It's a lot of stuff that we have to do. And so thankfully for HBA, I was at that point where I knew I had to change my mindset. And I think, believe it or not, when I go into HBA, I'm looking at all of the stuff that's in there and it's really kind of heavy on it's heavy on the tools, it's heavy on the training, but I think what a lot of people are blind to is the mindset piece. But when you go there as a regular person, you just feel like you got to do this, you got to put up this page. But I was actually attracted to the HBA because I felt like it was a way to help me with my mindset, and it has been like my income has literally grown. I had like one big dip, in 2022 when I decided to retire and lost like 60% of my income. But other than that, that popped back up and everything. So literally, like I have grown since I've been with the HBA, and I think it was the mindset path. And I probably went way too far in, but that's how I came across marketing. Like a long time ago, I wanted to end for money. I wanted to end to help my parents, and that's it. I didn't go around saying I wanted to serve people and things like that. I wanted in for the money, and then eventually it grew into something bigger and better, right? So,
I love
yeah,
it.
that's a long answer.
So if there would be one, so imagine that you are where you were when you were now I think it's interesting that said you were persisting, but you were persisting in the wrong way, right? Because like
Mhm.
you can do the things that you think you're supposed to be doing and do them over and over and over and be persistent and still persistently fail, right? Because I think I had a little bit of that in my story too. Did I describe that like your story
Yep.
accurately? You were
Mhm.
doing it, you were excited about making money, so you're persisting, but you're not getting the results. What was one thing you would tell yourself back then, or like one tip that helped you shift from that state of persisting and not getting results to, oh, I opened like the secret. You said it opened your eyes. Like what did it open your eyes to? Like what perspective changed from that first state to now you're persisting but getting results?
I felt like I had control. Like I literally have control of my life. And it's a different type of control because a lot of people would say, I have control. I could choose where I work. I could do this. I could do that. And then they may complain about something bad that's happening. But I think it's like, okay, if I take my intentions and kind of point to where I want to go, I can get there.
Mm,
And at that time, even though I would probably have told you, like the old me would have said, I have control, I didn't understand what that control was. I didn't understand what that intention was. I didn't understand that, oh, I could say I want to make a lot of money. I could tell my friends I want to make a lot of money. But my thought process when I sign up for something else, like, oh man, I don't know if this is going to work again, that's hurting me,
mm, mm-hmm,
So it's more like, hey, you can have control, but you need to have intentional control and not just what you say, is what you do, is what you think as you're doing it. So I think that probably it gave me back the power I didn't know I had.
I love it.
Mhm.
So, and I think about my story that is kind of similar in the sense that in those early days, what I felt like was I'm hoping this is going to work. I'm praying this is going to work. My fingers are crossed. Is this going to work? Is this going to be the one? And I'm taking action, but it's all with that sense of like, please, I don't know, please. And then when I had like the shift that I had, it went from that feeling to, oh, this is working. I have the control to move into this result that I want. And and it is a feeling, right? It's like when you wake up in the morning, you're excited and you're doing everything you can to make it happen and you're feeling like it is happening. Even if the results aren't there yet, you still have this like inner knowing that you are controlling your future and it is going to happen. I don't know. Is that kind of similar? That
Yeah, it's very
feeling?
similar. It's very similar. And one thing, I'm gonna change what I'm gonna talk about. So I'm not gonna talk about YouTube. I'm gonna talk about more of my journey. And I'm gonna choose my journey because I felt like that became uh, like the ultimate lesson, my experience as to what happened. So it may sound easy, like the book puts it, ask, believe, and receive, but sometimes we're struggling. Well, why are we struggling? Certain things that we're doing along the way. So, you know, certain things that I've learned back when I first started, the secret or the law of attraction or intentional thinking, I literally use that in my life today to help me get past hurdles or get past things. And if I'm slacking at something, or if I find myself, because we could get back into a comfort zone really easily. I know I can personally. So I have to be like, okay, what am I doing to get results, or what can I be doing that I've done in the past to get results, and know that I'm gonna get that change.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Well, I'm excited. So, a couple of questions for you about the event specifically. And by the way, hey, Gio. Hey, Veronique. She says, I just saw the movie The Secret again a few weeks ago. I saw Luke was in here saying hi. And if I missed your name, I apologize. These comments come in the feed and then they disappear if I don't get to them. So, yeah, so I wanted to ask, when you went to Branson, which was the first event that we ever did, like, what was your experience? You were there in person.
I was there in person. I absolutely loved it. I love hanging out with you guys. It was just like nothing but love, from everyone. Just getting to share experiences, getting to share stories. Sometimes getting to share hurts. When I went to Branson is when I was losing my dad at the time. And so it was really weird too, because remember we had that incident with the boat, and it was
Yeah.
just like, I believe in like different signs and stuff like that. So I wasn't blind to the fact that I was losing my dad, but I was just like, just trying to relax. And the actual person who was, I guess, riding the boat, or, the captain of the boat, it had the same name as my dad. I thought it was just so weird. It was like Robert Williams. I was like, what a reminder that I'm losing my dad. But during that
Wow.
time, you probably remember, because I probably made like a nice little ugly face and was streaming with tears and stuff. But I was talking about my dad, and I remember specifically Bill Moyes, gave him a whole different name, Bill Moyes. After that, he came to me, and I haven't met Bill Moyes. We didn't talk over the internet or anything like that, but he came to me and gave me his card and was like, anytime you want to talk, just call me.
Hmm.
And that's the type of, love and support that you get there. So I enjoyed myself. I had a good blast.
So it was a good experience for just life in general, like what you were going through in life at the time. And
Hmm.
okay, cool.
Yep.
And you've been to since then, you've attended virtually, Freedom
All
Fest
of them.
virtually, all
Yes.
all of every
Yes.
single one. Oh
I will
yeah.
always purchase
Oh,
a
yeah.
ticket.
And are you like, so how many is that? So Vegas, did we live stream Vegas? Vegas,
I
Salt
don't,
Lake,
all,
Charlotte,
I think
Arizona. So at least three that we've
that we
had
live streamed. I think it was at
training.
least
Yeah.
three. Yeah.
Okay. So you've bought three live stream tickets and you're obviously coming in person this time. Like
Yes.
what did you get from the three live streams that you attended? I mean, obviously there's a lot, but like what was it about those live stream attendance experiences that have put you in a state where you're like, I want to go again. Like I want to go again, you know?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I know getting a live stream ticket is great. You're going to be there, but I'm going for the people. I want to be there to mingle with everybody, to hug with everybody. But if I couldn't, the live stream is definitely where I would be on with you guys during that week. So ultimately, I'm gonna be real and be transparent. I'm cool with the talking and the speaking and everybody's lessons, but I'm there for the people. That's what I really love.
Yeah.
And so ultimately, I love hanging out with people that are like-minded, people that need support, people like you and Mike I could look up to and pretty much follow y'all steps and know it's real. I think one thing that was important in my journey as I was failing forward, I guess, is I remember one time I was at an event and I was making, I think at that time I made some money from like my best friend or something, right? But
What are
I
friends
literally
for?
online, I was like $0. And I was like, okay, maybe it's just not possible for me. You start thinking that maybe it's not possible for me. And I guess you'll know who I'm talking about, but they started telling everybody to stand up. And when they told everybody who stood to stand up when they made $25, I was like, oh, it is possible. I was
Mm,
like, it is possible, so that raises my belief. And it's even better when you're in person with people that is doing some of the things that you want to do in life in general. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So belief builder. And
Hmm.
yeah, and the people, you want to go for the
Yeah.
people. And
Yeah.
is there a difference in the people that you've encountered at Freedom Fest versus maybe other events you've attended in the past? And if so, what is the difference?
So other events, I think we definitely feel more like family, like within our events. But the crazy thing is, we feel like family even before the event. So it's like you're
Yeah.
going to meet them in person, and we're in this digital space. So it's definitely it's just going to uplift you more and allow you to go out there and put face, like not digital face, but real face to people. And I think that's the ultimate difference. And on the business side, y'all mention this a lot. Y'all don't pressure people for anything. Like I'm not going to walk into a pitch fest. I'm not going to walk into something that someone's going to try to empty my pockets on. So I'm absolutely comfortable there. I'll probably have to sleep for a week when I come back because I'll probably not want to sleep. We stay up a lot. Well, in Branson, I know y'all do it at the other ones on live. You stay up a lot there, just soaking up everybody's energy, and not in a bad way though, but the good energy, and having fun and just laughing, crying. I don't like the crying part, but it happens at every Freedom Fest.
It feels good
It's good
sometimes to
cry. It's good
cry.
crying. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good stuff. We won't make y'all cry. Like, we won't hurt you. So,
So, so you are not going to speak about YouTube. You've got a different topic, and you don't have to tell us the topic. That's fine. But I think what I'm excited about hearing just a little bit about your topic is it sounds like you're going to go back into your story and share things that I think will really resonate with people. Because here's the thing that I think I've kind of realized is that we're all we all kind of have the same story in a way, and most all of us have gone through the same things, and we have to have the same mindset shifts, and we have to kind of like see things in a certain way as a part of our growth and our evolution. And so I think that's one of the most valuable things we can do actually is share with people where we were at, what we did to get from where we're at to where we're at now. And so yeah, so I'm excited to hear you speak. And like you, I love the speaking and I love the learning that we can get from each other. But I'm super excited to give you a hug and just hang out, and just
right, right.
like just build relationship and share ideas. But on that topic, I know you've been focusing a lot on YouTube. Is there a tip or something you've learned about YouTube? Because you've been focusing 100% on YouTube for what, the last couple of months?
Well, for my primary strategy, yes, 100% on YouTube. But I tell people it's about email marketing too. So I have to still do my
Yeah.
email. It's also about still growing. So I still have to read books and study other stuff. But other than that, yep, that's what I've been focusing on for the last couple of months. And it's teaching me lessons about YouTube, of course. Like, I learned about YouTube thumbnail, was it split testing. And it's weird because it was sitting right under my nose for a long time and I didn't even notice it until I said, let me focus on YouTube. So it's just like different things like that. But it also taught me,
Thumbnail split testing? Thumbnail split
right,
testing? Okay.
right, right.
So does YouTube allow you to do that right within the YouTube platform, or do you
Right,
have to use
right there
software?
where you add the thumbnails.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm like,
really? Okay.
I'm so blind. I was so unaware. Like,
I
I'm
didn't
like,
know that
how do you
actually.
do this? Yeah, yeah. And so you can just click on test. I forget what it says, but it's right there. And it was certain things like that that I've been learning or I've been doing, things that's just been sitting under my nose. And on the other side is teaching me the lesson, like the real value of focusing on something, because I've been doing YouTube off and on for years. And it's just like you can do it for years, but if you just focus on it, even for a month or a couple months, you can skyrocket your knowledge on it drastically. I'm gonna be real. So I went through the training, and I'll go through the training again, but I've never went through the YouTube training again since I did it the first time because a lot of videos and everything. So I just went with the flow, and it's good to go back through it. But I feel like since I went through the main meat and potatoes for HBA, I haven't really learned a lot of new stuff from YouTube, and I feel like the last 2 years made up, since I cracked open the training, it made up for a lot. So it's telling me how much you can grow in a certain area if you just specifically focus and narrow your focus down on there. I do miss Facebook marketing though. So
You do
and I
miss it?
keep it, yeah, I miss Facebook marketing and yeah, so I'll just keep it at that. But I
You
can't wait to narrow down my focus to where if I could keep my pace with YouTube, you'll probably see me go back to Facebook if I could do it simultaneously.
yeah.
So
Yeah, it's a good
um,
combo. So one more marketing question. And hey, Booker, the Freedom Cooker. Hey, Veronique. She says, Peter will give the hugs from me to you guys. Awesome. We'll take those proxy hugs, Veronique. And looking forward to seeing you on the live stream. One thing that I mentioned at the first part of this webinar, this master webinar of this chat, of this insider chat, is that you've gotten really good at email marketing. And like, can you see your growth? Like, how are you in the beginning versus where you're at now? Can you yourself see like how good you are now at writing emails?
I saw my old video and I saw an old email the other day and I almost fainted. Like, I
Really?
was like, oh my gosh, turn it off. But it's all good. It's about growth, and I have seen it. Um, and that's something I think you were studying something like this too before. That's something where experience come into play, like just doing it and studying some things. I think having that determination that you're going to get good at it. I feel like as far as the studying and all the stuff that I could have done, I feel like I'm scratching the surface still, which is crazy because it means that you don't have to do so much to start growing. Just write often and, do your videos often, and that'll help you grow a lot. So I do see a difference, a huge difference. And I wish I had my very first emails that was in my old autoresponder because I remember visually what they look like and I just want to throw up. I just remember opening. I was like, oh man, I remember those emails. But yeah, I think the big thing is just learning from even the HBA system. Like I love using those videos as like a university. You just open it up. Hey, let me get some reminders on some things that I can do to help me with email marketing. And it almost comes naturally. I wish I could place my understanding and knowing how some of this stuff comes to play directly in somebody's brain because if I feel like if they knew how easy it gets as you keep going, they would just
Yeah.
haul ass. Like they would be gone. like like I really feel like if they understood it's not that bad on the other side if you're struggling with things. It's not that bad to get to the other side. And the other side doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not perfect in anything that I'm doing. So it's
How
pretty
many
cool.
emails do you think you've written? Do you have any guess?
I know. No, I do have a guess because it's about 100 emails per. There's 100 emails per my line. I looked at it, it was like 8 pages, so it was about 800. 800?
800
No,
emails.
I don't believe it. I have to go check. I have to go check to be sure. That seems like a lot.
I
And
don't
I've
know.
been horrible at a good chunk of my career with consistency. So I know it could have been a lot more. And that's what I mean by you don't have to be perfect and you don't have to. And it's sorry if you can you hear that noise?
Uh-uh. No.
Okay, good. They do an alarm here every Wednesday. But it's a lot of emails, but Yeah, and they've definitely grown because I kind of sorted down to the first email and I was like, okay, all right.
But like nowadays, when you go to write an email, I heard you say it's almost second nature. It's like easy, right? It's like
Hmm.
you just like open up and write it, and it
Yeah,
flows, and boom, you're good, and your emails
right.
are good. And you
Mhm.
said you wish you could impart that to people who are just getting started, because people who are just getting started, I've noticed a lot of people, this is a concern they have, is like, how do I write emails? How could I ever write emails? Like, what do I say? Do you have swipe emails? Like, how is this ever going to work? I suck at writing. I'm not going to get good at this, right? And you just told everybody that it's easy. It's like just a part of what you do, right?
Right.
Um, and so I wanted to ask that, how many emails have you written? Because I feel like that's a big part of it, is
I feel
just
like it's
doing it and 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 reading your email and be like, okay, I like this. Oh, that one not so good. And then the next day doing it and doing it. And then one
mhm.
day you're just like, oh, I got it. I
Yeah,
can just write about, I mean, whatever my heart wants to write about that's somewhat related to who I'm talking to, that can give them a tip or give them some value, right?
right. And I forgot all about it. I said you were studying something, and it was about the brain switching on when you just do stuff. Like it's like your brain catches on and it just runs with it. Like, oh, this is what we're doing. Oh, we've read these emails. So this is what this email is supposed to look like. I feel like I'm at a place in my life now where I have to go back to some of the stuff I was um good at and study how to teach someone, because sometimes I can't always explain why this works or why this is a good email. I just know that it's hitting home or whatever. It's so weird to me. It's like the brain does its own thing when you practice things. I mean, obviously it does, but it just feels, it's not like, oh, okay, now I can ride a bike. It's just way different. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It just
I
gets
can't,
installed in you and you just do
I
it
guess.
automatically.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm so thankful for you. Alice Iverson says, two of my favorite people. Oh, thanks
What's
so
up,
much, Alice.
Alice?
Appreciate that. Yeah, Robin and I are just chatting about Freedom Fest. Robin's going to be speaking at Freedom Fest here in less than 1 month. So we wanted to pop on and chat and just, kind of share some ideas and let you guys know that we have a deadline coming up on Freedom Fest. It's this next Monday. The room block for the discounted rooms is going away next Monday, the 21st, and also the ticket is going to go up. So make sure and check out hbafreedomfest.com if you haven't done so yet. um, you know, uh, I always share this quote from Jim Rohn. He says, "You don't have to do all you find out, but you better find out all you can do." So going to hbafreedomfest.com doesn't mean you have to buy a ticket, but it does mean you can at least find out if getting a ticket would be a good thing for you, or not. And I'm curious, to the people who are here live, how many of you guys have watched that video on hbafreedomfest.com, the new one that Mike and I did a couple of weeks ago, where we shared the crazy statistic? Was your mind blown when you heard that, Robin? Like those numbers?
It was very interesting. I was
Yeah.
like, I was like,
Yeah.
how in the world? Like, yeah, it was pretty interesting. It
Yeah. I,
was
I interviewed a guy that built the fastest duplicating team in a big network marketing company. In fact, my wife just picked up some skincare products from I don't know if she got them at the thrift store, probably the thrift store. She's like, "Hey, look what I got." And they were from this company. They're kind of famous. But anyway, this guy in the interview, he said, if someone doesn't buy an event ticket, I will not work with them. Period. I'm done. I won't talk to them. I won't help them. And I was like, but why? That seems so ruthless to like take that attitude to someone who didn't get a ticket.
Mhm.
And I think he explained to me at the time, he's like, because if they don't get a ticket and they don't go to the event, he's like, I know they're going to be gone. They're not going to stick around. They're going to be gone within 90 days. And my mind at the time, and still, like, I always question things like, I don't know about that. I don't know if that's true. But when Mike and I pulled those numbers, I'm not saying that you should not talk to people if they don't buy a ticket. It's still kind of not my style. Like I would rather just do what I can to help everyone I can. But now that I saw those numbers, that the retention is like almost 100% for the people that get a ticket and go to the event. I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, okay. Now I see why some people take that hardline attitude, because it's like,
Right.
why do I want to invest my time and my knowledge and my expertise with someone who probably, has a low probability of sticking around and making use of everything that I'm going to pour into that person. So I
Hmm.
don't know. I'm kind of seeing events in a little bit of a different way than I used to.
Nice.
So yeah. All right, guys. Well, we should close this out. Robin's already been with us for 2 hours now. We had the TNC, which she trained on. So go catch the replay if you want to see what she did in her marketing today. Any final words or tips or
I
words
would
of
say
inspiration?
just get there if you can. Like, if you can get there, get there. If you can, at minimum, buy the virtual ticket, definitely do that. I don't regret ever buying a virtual ticket. You might feel like you just want to jump through the Zoom and be there, but you definitely won't regret getting that. So, highly recommend it.
Yeah, and by the way, in case you guys didn't know, when you do buy a ticket to Freedom Fest, you get the recordings, so you get the live stream. You guys ever seen those companies that are like they sell a ticket to the event and then they sell the recordings, afterward? We don't do that. So you'll get the live stream, you'll get the recordings of the event, you'll get the pictures from the event, and you get all of that from all of the prior Freedom Fest events. So we now have about 6 years, I think, or so worth of content, of event footage, of training, of pictures, of all this stuff. That's all included when you buy an event ticket. And on top of that, say it again, just in case there's someone here new. Our events are nonprofit, so we take whatever money we need to pay for the event, to pay for the hotel room and the mastermind meeting room that we're going to do, the what are we calling it, the mystic mastermind, I think Rita Joy likes to call it. It is kind of mystic, actually. That's a pretty good name for
Hmm.
it. But anyway, we pay the expenses, and then after that all the extra money goes to feed my starving children. So you get to partake of the content, the training, kind of be there with us, experiencing what we're going to experience together. And you get to help feed starving kids. And it really also, by the way, is kind of a way for us to, it's like we're going on a group journey together. Like when you brought up in Branson what happened with the duck boat and your
Hmm.
dad and the name of the duck boat captain. And like we have all of these collective memories that we've created together that are like life changing and powerful and emotional and inspiring and uplifting.
Hmm.
And man, that really, I feel like it just glues us together. It's like, I can never quit on these people. I love these people.
And I believe all of that started before we even met. That's like one of my biggest beliefs. It was like, oh, well, I was struggling in the military. Paul was somewhere doing his thing. He was struggling, but he was going to be the person that helped me out later on. Like, I just feel like it,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I feel like our paths were probably set, and I'll talk more about that at Freedom Fest too, and my experiences and why I believe that. But I feel like it pretty much our desires, our, pains and stuff like that that we want to fix in our life is set and basically thrown out there in the universe. And then Paul and Mike got the desire to do HBA one day because of a lot of our pains, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. We didn't really have a desire to do HBA, but we had we
Well,
have,
what y'all developed the
we
desire
did. We did.
because, right? And I
Yeah.
feel like because of me struggling here, and maybe someone else struggling there in another part of the world, I feel like we put out the like rockets of desire, I think Abraham Hicks called it. And those rockets of desires, I feel like they literally grab people and put them on the path as long as the path is matching, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I feel like that you
Yeah.
were helping me before you knew you were going to help me.
Wow. That's an interesting thought.
Mhm.
That's an interesting thought. like, when you invest time reading in the morning, you're helping the people that you haven't even met yet.
Right.
Because when you make the YouTube video, or when you like all of these things you do, you're literally helping all the people you haven't met yet, because you're like becoming the person you need to be to help them when you meet them.
Right.
Wow, that's really powerful.
So what happens to the people that quit?
Yeah,
They could be stopping something powerful and magical.
right? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
cool.
All right, Robin. Well, you're the
All
best.
right.
Booker says I was struggling in the military too. And Booker, the freedom Booker. You got the girls on Booker. Can't wait to have a little chat with you later this week, potentially, Mr. Booker. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. Love and appreciate all of you. Robin, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for all
Thank
you
you.
do. I'm going to say thank you on behalf of everyone in the community, too, that probably wants to say thank you so much, because like whenever I meet people, maybe for the first time, that are in HBA and Robin's name comes up, they're always like, "Oh, I love her so much. She helped me with this. She answered this question for me." So, gosh, thank you so much. Thank you for all you do. And yeah, it's going to be fun. I can't wait to see you. Freedom
Love you
Fest
guys.
2024. Love you, Robin. Have a good
Ciao.
one. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a great day.
All
Bye
right.
for now. Wait. Now I got to figure out. I think we're still live. I think I might just have to end the meeting. So, say something
See
else
ya.
inspiring. All right. Thanks, Robin. Bye.